So if creating content is something that's holding you back on a weekly basis and you're not getting the leads that you wanted from the content and you're confused, because most people are quite confused, what I'm going to do today is just show you some of the frameworks that we use with our clients so you can actually save time, create better content, and actually generate leads from your content. So the first thing we'll do is let's have a look on the computer here. So right here is what all our clients go through when they're creating their content. So first we need to know who we're helping, right? So we've got our avatar. Then we need to know what are the mistakes that they're making inside their lives, right? So are they eating too much? Are they not eating enough? Come up with all the things that your niche is doing that's actually creating pain for them and the reason why they're not getting the results. Then we can have a look at this part here. Like what the pain of making the mistake. What is the pain of making the mistake? What is it actually costing them at the moment? And then what is the pleasure of fixing that? So here's an example of one that's actually being completed. So what we do with the clients is we go through what are all the mistakes that they're making, the pain and the pleasure. And then we highlight the ones that we think are the most relevant. So here's the first step that we do. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go away from and towards goals. So an example of that is going to be like this. So if we jump down here to the iPad and have a look, away from and towards would look like this. The client has a problem that they're trying to fix, and we want to go away, towards, and list out all the things that are moving them away from and towards. So that would look like this. Away from a goal is someone that's waking up every single day and hating the way they look, and they want to get away from the way they feel when they wake up in the morning. The pain is there, that they want to move away from there. And towards goal is something like when somebody is working to get in shape for their wedding, towards a goal, like it's in the future, so it's working towards. They're going on a holiday and they want to lose 15, 20 pounds before they go away. That's towards versus away. So I think that makes sense, but we use this framework here where we kind of go list all the things that they're moving away from and towards, and then we just keep these. So we keep these things here because we pull on this later to figure out like where we create our content from. And we also have the away from and towards. So we can use a topic twice, right? 4 times, 3 times, 6 times, doesn't really matter, but we can use the same topic more than once. So if we have a look at this framework here, so what we've got here is we come up with a topic each month, and that topic for the month is going to be relayed each week and each day. So what I've got here in this wee circle, we've got our why, what, how, now. Now this is how we would do this for our client. Our why is sort of like why they're doing what they're doing, and that's pulling on the heartstrings here. Then we've got the what. What is it that they need to be doing? So 3 to 5 key points that they need to be doing to actually move them towards their goal or away from the pain, say for example. Then the how is like we're showing them what they need to be doing to achieve their goals. So that's like the how we do that. Now the now is what they should be doing. So that's the taking action. So we might show them like a nutrition plan, how they need to be executing that, and how they're tracking that, and everything they need to know around actually doing that. But then the now what is them taking the actions to actually doing that. So if we have a look at the green versus the yellow, when we're creating content, all that content is around the why what, not the now how. So with the why what, we just look at the content that we've got already, and then we just use our content from the why what to create our content. So if I scroll down here on the iPad a little bit and we go, okay, let's just say we come up with a topic for the month. So this month I've just written nutrition. So on a high level, the topic for the month is nutrition. Then we break that down into the topics on a lower level of nutrition. So if I just go high level nutrition, low level is going to be, okay, protein, breakfast, lunches, recipes, recipe 1, 2, 3, water intake, snacks, snack 1, 2, 3. They're just some examples of some lower level versions of nutrition. Then with each one of those, we go, okay, well, let's look at protein. We move across. Now what we can build content around what type of protein, how much protein, what are some snacks with protein, what are some foods with protein, what are some vegetarian versions with protein, what are some meat versions with protein. So then there's different examples that we can use each time around the one thing. So we go again, high level nutrition, lower level protein, and then on the macro micro level, we've got all the little things to do with protein. So if we look at it from a calendar view and go monthly, weekly, daily, the first thing we want to do is like monthly. This month we're going to talk about nutrition, and we're going to give lots of information around nutrition. Weekly, we break that down. So over the 4 weeks, we're going to go low level, protein. So Monday, protein. First Monday of the month, we can go things around protein types. Second Monday of the week of the month will be how much proteins. Then the third one can be protein snacks. Then the fourth one can be vegetarian things that are based on protein. Therefore, we've got all the Mondays covered for the month around nutrition, which we've picked protein. Then we have a look at the next part of nutrition, Tuesday. Let's say we breakfast, so we can create a video around breakfasts. We can create different types of breakfast. We can ask a question around breakfast. Those are the different things. And every single Tuesday, we've got Monday protein, Tuesday breakfast, move to the next one, recipes. 4 recipes equals all the different things we've got for the week. Next one, water intake, all the things that we need to do with water intake. Snacks. Then we go through all the snacks. So if we follow that high level, low level, then types, then we will specifically have enough content for the whole month. And we can just stick with that framework. So if we sit down for an hour, the first Monday of the month, and go, okay, monthly, what are we going to do? What's our high level topic? And it can be like strength, it can be nutrition. Then we go to the low level with strength. What are all the lower level things that we can go over to create the content? Then we go with each one of those, we go to a macro into more specific detail. So then all we've got to do from there is actually just like map this out. So if we were just to go, these are just examples, but if we were to go like copy and paste for the 4 weeks, then we can look at just simply going, like a type. So let's just say we chose nutrition for the type. So nutrition for the next 4 weeks would start with this. Let's just say the first part was protein. The second part, so we'd go protein, protein, protein. Then the next part would be title. So let's just say this part here was like different types of protein. This one here was going to be how much protein do we need. This one here is going to be different snacks using protein. The next one would be vegetarian versions of protein. And then we have Mondays sort of like mapped out of what we're going to create. Then we would go to the next part and go, okay, well, let's say it was breakfast. So we'd go breakfasts. The post could be different types of healthy breakfast, how to have healthier breakfast while we're eating out, those types of things we would map out, and we just follow that for the whole week. So it's just tracking that out. Then from there, all we've really got to do is like start creating some post types. So we can use a framework like this where we just go, let's just say some old stuff. It's just mapped out like this. We just keep going. So we're trying to do 5 posts per week. Let's just say August. This was from last year, say this is proper actual structure and template. We would just go week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4 over that period of time. We would have that mapped out. These are pieces of content that we would create. So we just go long form, short form, question, testimonial, done. But we would always bring it back to this stuff that we've got down here on the iPad: monthly, weekly, daily, high level, low level, different types, away from goals towards goals, setting that frame and then sending it out. Realistically, this content shouldn't take us more than like, if we sit down for maybe an hour or 2 on a first Monday of the month, map it out, what we're going to be doing here, then have a structure that we use from here. Then it's as easy as just like bringing this sheet up, having a look, picking like what are we doing? Are we going to go from away from towards goals information from here, picking out bits of information that we've got from here, and then it's probably only like half an hour a week to actually create 5 pieces of lead generating content, putting call to actions in there to try to bring the clients in. But we have to always start with this here, the avatar. Who are we talking to? One of the big things that I see all the time is people write content based on themselves. People write content on the things that they like and things that they're offering. But it has to be value and content to the avatar. What is their pain points? What is their problems? And what do they need some help with? And that's everything that you post needs to be based around that there. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully these frameworks can give you some, to help you simplify the process of creating content, but also making sure that you can actually create some consistency throughout your content, throughout your messaging, to help you actually generate some more leads and some more clients.